Hello again, YouTubers and Redakai fans. 24/7 here again for Redakai 24/7. And for today's video, upon request, we have an X-Reader Starter Pack opening video brought to you by ToyGamingEmporium.com. The X-Reader Starter Pack includes 2 power packs, which have 11 X-Drive cards per pack, and an X-Reader, as you can see, which is basically a portable battlefield for head-to-head action. Give you a look here at the box from top to bottom. If you want to read anything that's on there, feel free to pause at any time and you can read and look it over in more detail. But save time, I'm not going to actually read everything on there. So let's just get this bad boy opened up and see how the battlefield looks and what goodies we can get in our 2 packs. And while I do that, I'll mention that we do have a limited number of singles currently on ToyGamingEmporium.com. I'll try to get that selection expanded in the near future. And if you are subscribed to one of my channels, I have this channel, Munero3, and several other that end in 24/7. Make sure you're subscribed to, or you're following my blog at toygamingemporium.blogspot.com, and it'd be a lot easier for you to keep up with all our newest videos on all of our channels. So it comes with a gameplay instruction guide on how to actually play the game. I should probably do a tutorial video in the near future on how to actually play and maybe try to show an example game and stuff like that. So I'll try to do that within the next week or 2. But for now, let's see how things look here. It does not look like there are any instructions of any kind. So we'll see how things look here. And it comes with, I don't think it has any purpose in gameplay, but just a cool X-Reader card there featuring Bruticon and Metanoid, one of the main heroes and main villains. And let's see which way this opens up. Okay, so looks like you can put your deck in right there, perhaps. And then it should fold open as well, looking at the picture. There we go. So there is the X-Drive card. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so on the back it actually has how to play. A short explanation of how to play. So these are the very basic rules. So there's the setup. And again, if you want to read this, feel free to pause and read over it. There is the gameplay. And there is how you can win. I'm not sure how many different of these there are, but I think I noticed at least like 8 to 12 different of these looking through the different ones at the store. So just as an FYI, there's different battle scenes like this. There's some that feature like Kai in the front, very small, and the Metanoid in the background since that's his monster. And they do that with several of the different characters with their monsters. Let's see, I think this may fold out further then. Looks like it should. I still want to make sure I don't like break it any way possible. But let's see. Let me look at the back once more here, because it looks like it kind of folds out into like 3 sections. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Is there something in there? No. Or actually, I think maybe how it shows there. Perhaps I think that's 2 of them like touching each other. So you have it like this, let me angle down here. You open the little door here or whatever, and that's where you can put your deck in. And it's got a little groove there so you can put your finger and actually, work the cards out. And then when you play the cards, you just put them right into there, and it's for a fit that way. So you start off with your character card in there, such as Kai or Boomer, and then your opponent would place the attacks on there. You'd have 2 of them face to face then, so you can do a 2-person basic battle using just 1 character each. The advanced rules, you each have 3 character cards, and then with that, a lot more strategy will come into play as well. But again, I'll try to do a tutorial on how to play in the near future to go over that in more detail. I'll leave this out for now, just so once I get these open, I can kind of show it a little bit more. Just while we're here anyway. Let's see. Looks like they actually taped the pack down on top to make them take up less space in the packaging. But anyways, let's just get them opened up here and see what goodies we get. Again, there should be 1 rare per pack. Super rares are 1 in 8 packs. So with 2 packs, we have about a 25% chance of finding ourselves a super rare. So first up here, we have Laser Claw. Got Hypnoblast. Again, I will try to get all these on ToyGamingEmporium.com in the near future. Depending on when you're watching this, they may already be there, if they're not already sold anyway. Hyper Hypnosis. Hyper Hurricane. That's pretty sharp. Honey Snare. Heat Beam Attack, Sonic Spin. Our rare, regular rare, is Banshee Scream. Our monster, we got Harrier, Eagle Animal. That is Mai's creature. I don't know all the characters' names yet, but here's Bruticon, who we saw in our card that came with the X Reader, with the react energy or react power there for 4 Kairu, or not a react energy, just his power. Draw a card, then discard a card for 4 Kairu cost. So not bad. It always helps when you can draw extra cards, no matter the cost. And then there is Maya herself. So again, Maya, Harrier is one of her main monsters that she often transforms into in the show. So very cool. I'll keep those to the side there, and I can show you how they work on the X Reader. Alrighty, and then our second pack. It's like both ends of this one are, oh no, never mind. I thought both ends were taped down. My mistake. Alright, we've got Anti-Matter Beam, Berserker, Big Breath, Blinding Light, Blizzard Axes, Blizzard Blades, Screech Whirlwind. That's a pretty good attack for a non-rare. It actually does 2 bars of damage there and 950 damage, 8 Kairu cost, but not bad at all in my opinion. Our rare is Kai, of course, of Team Stacks, who transforms into Metanoid often. We got Scorpurion, a green animal. Slab, a blue elemental. And Boomer. So we got all 3 members of Team Stacks here in our 2 packs. And he's been transforming often lately into Chemister, I think is how you pronounce it. So that's what we got in our 2 packs in. And I'll show you here in the X Drive. I'll have an angle so you can see better. You would start off with a character card, such as Maya, and then your opponent could play attacks down. Just for example here, this one is a blue attack that does 250 damage. Since 250 is less than 300 and is a matching color, that would be a miss if that was attempted for whatever reason. So you would have to either use a blue attack with more than 300 damage or any other color attack. So if I used a green attack for 250, it would still hit since they have no green defense. So they may play that down, does 1 bar of damage, and let's see, then they may play that attack down. So they got 1 health bar left, and your defenses are getting weaker or whatever. You can then play Harrier. So you can see then you go up to 500 defense on the red and 500 on the blue, excuse me, and 200 on the red. So let's see, do I have any blue attacks? Yeah, so whereas before this blue attack, which actually works pretty nice, this would have destroyed him. With the 450 being less than 500, but more than 300, it would have hit before, but now that you're evolved, if you will, into Harrier, transformed, however you want to explain it, it now surpasses the attack value on Hypnoblast, and thus instead of being knocked out, it would be a miss. So they would have to play like a green attack then with the bottom one, and then at that point your creature would be knocked out. And you can see all the damage happening to them as you go, which is kind of cool. So that concludes our opening and review of the X Reader Starter Pack. So, if you have not already done so, please hit that subscribe button. You can then get email alerts of our future videos here on Redakai 24/7. Feel free to send us your friend requests. We accept them all. And give us a big thumbs up for another great Redakai opening review. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next video.